All right, onward and upward to the next state, which is Wisconsin. Okay, and a cheese factory. Joe, who you met in the last episode, was willing to go to Wisconsin with me. We're currently crossing the St. Croix River into Wisconsin in this video. Okay, even though Joe might not have necessarily been the most excited to go to a cheese factory in western Wisconsin.
All right, Joe. Going to Wisconsin. There's the culture and all that. It's a border state.
I don't know if I got them signed in there or not. Okay, now here's the thing. On the whole, the trip was a little bit of a disappointment. Okay, when we showed up to the Caddy Cheese Factory in western Wisconsin, we found out that they didn't do tours on Saturdays and Sundays, even though their website clearly stated that they did tours on Saturdays and Sundays. So a little bit of bitterness there in some of these videos. I think that comes out loud and clear. So they don't do tours on weekends, but they have this video that we can watch here. So didn't get a tour, but I assume this is where some sort of cheese is made or manufactured. Joe's currently looking for other cheese factories here in Wisconsin.
Generally, a lot of cheese factories.
I know it's a stereotype to go to a cheese factory in Wisconsin, okay, but cheese is actually really important in the history of their state, okay? Think of it as like agriculture or beef production in Nebraska. It's hugely important in their economy, okay? Why do they produce so much cheese in Wisconsin? Well, again, that's sort of like asking, well, why do we produce so much beef in Nebraska? We have good land for it. It just sort of naturally fits. In the early parts of the 1800s and moving forward throughout the 19th century, beef in Nebraska and on the plains of Texas and Oklahoma and the Midwest, it just made sense. It's a good natural landscape for it. Same thing in Wisconsin, okay? You can see in some of these videos that Wisconsin is mostly just rolling hills and pasture land, which is perfect for dairy farm. So when European immigrants started showing up in the United States in large numbers in the 19th century, and they had the skill of cheese making, and they needed access to things like milk and dairy to produce that cheese, it became natural that they would move to a place like Wisconsin, okay? And that is still felt today, okay? That's why today there's approximately 10,000 dairy farms in Wisconsin. There's 1.27 million cows in Wisconsin. They produce 21,436 pounds of milk each year. 2.8 billion pounds of cheese each year. Over a quarter of all cheese created in the United States is created in Wisconsin. Alright, so that's the Wisconsin episode. Here's some video of Joe eating cheese. My question for this episode is, when was Wisconsin's first dairy factory opened, and where was it opened? Alright, respond via Twitter or email. Thanks, and stay tuned for a response video.